All right, here we go. Incarnate Basketball is known throughout the country. We've been ranked in the top 25 in the country the last 15 years. And these guys know, kind of what they're getting into when they come and play in this program.
We have never not been in the same room, and look where that's got us.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Just think about it.
Okay, I'll think about it. That's why I love coaching. It's not just the games, it's, the relationships like that. We're at the semifinals of the state tournament and had a great game. Everybody's excited, headed to the state championship the next day, and walking out, the bottom of Mizzou Arena, I told one of my assistants to get my wife. I wasn't feeling good. My wife met me down at the exit and had a heart attack in the car right when I got in. My daughter, Kate, was there as well. Probably the hardest thing is having my daughter, Kate, see that. And then, obviously Lisa, my wife, to be there. But obviously all the girls here, could see what's happening in the parking lot. Obviously we care about each other a lot. So not easy for them. And then, my wife started CPR. My coaches went and grabbed the AD from Mizzou, and ambulance came and, shocked me like 27 times. Continued CPR for about an hour and a half. I'm just super thankful that they didn't give up.
In the heart attack in Dan's case, his heart stopped in a non-hospital setting. On an average, there are about 400,000 cases of this every year in the United States, and the survival rate is less than 6%. He had had a lot of odds stacked against him, and it took us almost a week before we could remove the pump that was supporting his heart function. And from there on out, it took several weeks before his organs started to work, before he could be taken off the ventilator, and before he was able to actually get up and walk out of the hospital.
Going from, I'm in the gym, I got energy, I'm all over the place, to just like, hey, lift your knees up. Thank God, it's not permanent, it's just so tough mentally. It was definitely a goal for me to get back here, back to coaching. Started to get a little more strength. We set up a meeting with the girls. This is the first time that I'm seeing our girls since the heart attack, so pretty excited to see them. I miss them. Should be fun. So good to see you guys. I miss you guys so much. During that time, I needed them way more than they needed me, because I needed to get back and I needed to get in the gym, and I needed that care in front of me. Like, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta rehab, I gotta go to cardiac rehab, I gotta get my steps in, I gotta get stronger so I can be back for the season. It's just crazy how life works. Our very first game of the season last year, me coming back, was in Columbia. Of all places. And then, we're going for the national record. We thought it was gonna be a local game here. It gets snowed out. So the very next game, back in Columbia to try and get the national record. Columbia's been pretty good to me. I feel pretty lucky in Columbia. I'm just trying to, take one day at a time and appreciate every day. And I know that's pretty cliche, but when you go through something like this, my wife, who's a nurse, her ability to perform CPR, is the reason I'm standing here today.